Good afternoon, everyone. This is Debbie Wetzler, and I would like to share my screen in a minute to show people where we get our science from. There are many people who might not be interested in the actual studies themselves, but they want to know that this is being backed up, that Asea is being backed up by science. And so I tell people and show them briefly, and then if they want more information, we can certainly get them the studies. So I'd like to share my screen right now and bring up this slide. And these are all the different institutions and universities who have done studies with our product, Asea. So I start with Pacific Northwest Labs here in the bottom, and I talk about them because they are a federally very prestigious lab, and they did all of our safety studies to prove that this was 100% non-toxic, can't hurt anybody, can't be allergic to it, product. And they also did our antioxidant studies, showing that how this can boost our master antioxidants, glutathione, SOD, and catalysts by 300 to 800%. So that's Pacific Northwest Labs. We then took it to the Human Performance Lab at the North Carolina Research Campus, the Human Performance Lab, where Dr. David Neiman did a test with athletes. Now that particular institution is associated with UNC, University of North Carolina, and North Carolina State, Appalachian State, Duke, and several others. And he did a study showing that the cell metabolites were indeed changed when the athletes took Asea within 30 minutes, and we actually went into fatty acid metabolism. So we were actually burning the fatty acids around our abdomen and our organs, leaving the glycogen in the muscles and in the brain where it's supposed to be. So of course, this gives athletes more endurance. They can go further, burning that than they can the glycogen. And that leaves the glycogen in storage for when they do need it at the end of a race. Stevens and Associates did research on the Renew 28, which is still the redox product, of course, showing how that within 15 minutes of putting Renew 28 on, our blood flow increases by over 50%, and it stays up for 96 hours. And again, within 15 minutes of putting it on. And then our cells actually do regenerate 16% faster when you put on the Renew 28. So essentially, that's like going back to when you were younger, and your cells are younger because they're regenerating faster. Our skin cells are supposed to regenerate every 28 days, but as we get older, that goes to 30, 60, 40, 100 days. And so this can actually regenerate your skin cells that much faster. Bioagilytics is a very prestigious, run by PhDs firms in the North Carolina Triangle, and they actually test 8 out of the top 10 pharmaceutical and biotech companies for ingredients that they say are in their products. Well, we say we're redox molecules. So they test our batches of Asea to prove that there's millions of redox molecules in the bottles of redox. And lastly, there is Dermatest Labs that is over in Germany. It's one of the top 5 dermatological testing institutes in the world. They tested all of our skincare products, gave them all 5 stars, and then they were able to show that this decreases wrinkles, increases elasticity and moisture and hydration, that the serum is 100% effective on fine lines and wrinkles, and 95% effective for photo aging. I mean, it's amazing. And all of that research is in your back office in your library. Then we also did Tarot Labs just recently. And they are the labs that actually started Ancestry.com. Now, they have a very specific way of testing genes, and they did the gene study on our product, showing that it did light up many of the genes, but there were 5 specific ones that really, really, really lit up 20 to 31%. And I can tell you that doctors are very impressed with those numbers. And those 5 genes were the immune system, inflammation, heart and arterial elasticity, gut and digestive health, and hormone balance. So that's on the back of your bottle, and you can virtually see those 5 genes that they lit up. Now, I can tell you that pretty much anyone you know has one or several of those issues. So Asea would be good for everyone. And 8 weeks after testing them, they pulled it off and tested their blood again. And it showed that they went back to where they were before they started taking Asea. So that shows us that we should continue to take Asea if we want to see the benefits of what redox molecules are doing for our body. So I hope this was helpful. It was very helpful to me. The studies are in your back office, or if you can reach out to one of your upline who might have access to them and can show you, then you can actually see the studies. But those are some of the institutions that have done work with Asea. Thank you very much. And I will stop sharing and stop the recording.